The 2022 Ford Ranger diesel will pack some serious muscle. Ford's Ranger. A workhorse pickup that has survived as a model since 1983 despite being killed off in America in 2011. It was the trusty truck that could, returning to the U.S. market in 2019 as the smaller cousin to Ford's own F-150, both the best-selling truck and best-selling vehicle in the U.S. In fact, the humble pickup is in the top 3 vehicles bought by U.S. habitants according to many sources, and after the popular Chevrolet Silverado and Ram trucks, Japanese sedans, hatchbacks, and crossovers dominate sales figures. The Ranger isn't a huge seller in the States, but in Europe, it's somewhat more suitable for people who need that durability, all-wheel drive, and ground clearance without the large footprint of the F-150. Ford's F-150 is available for import to Europe, but where the roads and parking spaces are smaller and narrower, smaller wheelbases and skinnier profiles are more practical. That doesn't mean the Ranger is much less capable. It's a workhorse that will see you through, and more so with the optional diesel engine. Diesel in Europe has been for decades the most popular fuel and still is in high use despite the bad press it has had in the last few years. The Ford Ranger global market gets a diesel for torque and economy. In the US, the Ranger gets a choice of one engine, the 2.3-liter EcoBoost that has seen duty in anything from a Ford Fusion to the Mustang, to various other models. This isn't necessarily a bad thing. For a smaller pickup in North America, that kind of power and economy should pay dividends, and it does, with 270 horsepower and 310 pound-feet. It's not far below a Maserati Grecale in power and makes more torque than the 3.2-liter Pentastar engine still in use by Jeep, also beating various versions of the even bigger 3.6-liter Pentastar. It's a good engine. In Europe, where diesel is generally cheaper than petrol, except in the UK where it is inexplicably more, a 2-liter and 3-liter diesel are available, with higher torque to help with hauling and navigating troublesome terrain. Ford's Ranger diesel offers enough torque to pull a boat, or a house. If you're used to V8 torque, there's a good chance you'll like some of what the Ranger offers in its smoky diesel variant. With the 2-liter, you get 2 different outputs depending on how many turbos are employed. 170 horsepower and 300 pound-feet in the base spec means you get all the torque you need and economy in the 30 mpg plus range. Stepping up to the twin-turbo diesel endows your right foot with 207 horsepower and 370 pound-feet. Good numbers, plus you'll go much further than you would with spark plugs under the hood. Fun fact: diesel engines use glow plugs. Range-topping versions of the Global Ranger can get a 3-liter diesel motor with 247 horsepower and 443 pound-feet of torque. With a 10-speed automatic transmission and a 7,500 pounds towing weight, it's a capable workhorse indeed. If you want diesel, there are other options for North America. The F-150's omnipresent rival, the Chevrolet Silverado 1500, is offered as a $50,000 LT. That gives you a 3-liter diesel with 277 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque through a 10-speed automatic, just like the Ranger's top-spec diesel outside the U.S. Chevy's smaller Colorado starts from $25,000, close to the $27,000 asked for the Ranger, and includes as an option a 2.8-liter diesel with 180 horsepower and 369 pound-feet. Oddly stuck between the power of the cheapest diesel Ranger but with the torque of the higher power 2-liter. Plus you get a 6-speed automatic. Where are the other 4 gears? For the ultimate in diesel power within the constraints of a pickup base, there's Ford's own Powerstroke 6.7-liter diesel that for $55,000, in the standard cab F450 XL, will give you around 500 horsepower and 1,000 pound-feet of torque. The Ford Ranger Raptor is the best Raptor Ford will bring to the U.S. For now, the upcoming Raptor version of the Ford Ranger is a mini F-150 in spirit, with the same modern face plus the option of a 3-liter EcoBoost turbocharged gasoline engine with 290 horsepower and 360 pound-feet of torque. We think that this offsets most of the advantages of having a diesel, and with it brings the benefits of having a Raptor. Uprated suspension, awesome styling, and the ability to go further than any other Ranger, at least on paper. You will still be able to get a diesel Raptor eventually, but let's face it, a turbocharged V6 petrol truck is always going to be universally cooler than a smoky, clattering diesel.